Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niket Khatnaratna.
And I'm Delanjali Anand. These are top stories making headlines for tonight. The President requests all political leaders to act with responsibility in the IMF program. A large group connected to crimes has been arrested in special operations. A consignment of Kerala cannabis valued at 20 million rupees apprehended in Jayala. Consumers express pleasure over importing of eggs. The State Minister of Finance says the government focuses prominent attention to uplift small and medium-scale enterprises. An Israeli official says that the 3 killed Israeli hostages were holding white flags.
On to those and other stories in detail now. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has urged all political leaders to exhibit responsibility in their approach to the International Monetary Fund program.
He emphasized that those opposing the program should provide concrete proposals to rescue the country from financial crisis. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks while participating in the inauguration of the ChannelEye Conference and Performing Arts Centre at Kandy Municipality this morning. The construction of the ChannelEye Conference and Performing Arts Centre by the Kandy Municipal Council commenced in 2018 with an expenditure of nearly 600 million rupees from the Municipal Council Fund. The President inaugurated the building complex by unveiling the commemorative plaque. President Ranil Wickremesinghe awarded certificates of appreciation to individuals and businesses for their outstanding contributions to the Pivithuru Dorakada Business Contribution Program and the City Beautification Program. These initiatives were collaboratively implemented by the Urban Development Authority and the Kandy Municipality under the Kandy Formal City Development Program, aiming to enhance and preserve the distinctive features of the World Heritage buildings in the city of Kandy. Additionally, a special souvenir gift was presented to President Ranil Wickremesinghe during the ceremony. The event was attended. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that following the country's descent into bankruptcy, the administration had to engage with 2 distinct groups. The President highlighted that, akin to Sri Lanka, other nations grappling with bankruptcy also confronted similarly challenging circumstances. The negotiations adhered to the terms set forth by the IMF. The President further said that in a significant milestone, the administration successfully secured the initial agreement with the IMF and devised a debt restructuring plan that garnered acceptance from India, China and Paris Club. Consequently, the first installment of the loan, as stipulated by the IMF, has been received. He added that by examining the situation in Zambia, it is evident that they remain entangled in the predicament. The absence of consensus on credit review has emerged as a significant impediment for them. The President also said that they find themselves in the position of demonstrating a minimum income to meet our country's debt obligations. Despite the challenges, he said that the government has committed to moving forward. He said that the primary objective was to increase the GDP by 10.4%, a target initially. The target set for 2024 may not be achievable, he added, and said, however, there is an expectation to reach this goal by 2025 or 2026. Recognizing the need for flexibility, he said that they have engaged in negotiations with the IMF to revise the target to 9.2% for 2024. Although they indicated reluctance to further adjustments, he pointed out that the determination of the government is unwavering and they are poised to achieve this revised goal. He added that he firmly asserted that expediting these accomplishments is the priority. Meeting the 2024 goal will leave the government with a deficit of 534 billion in the income, he added. The President said that it is a challenge that they are steadfastly working to address. The shortage faced is partly attributed to the Aswasma project and the augmentation of the government employee salaries. It is essential to recognize that the 534 billion deficit is a result of vital investments. For 3 years, the country's economy suffered a collapse without adequate capital expenditure, necessitating the infusion of funds into these crucial areas. He said that the IMF suggested that the government should increase taxes. This presents an unbearable situation. While raising taxes may lead to the decrease in popularity, rescuing the economy is paramount to eliminating bankruptcy. Although there were options to increase various taxes such as fuel taxes, it was recognized that such measures would have these widespread repercussions across multiple sectors. When accounting for the cascading impact on electricity charges, the cumulative effect of raising the fuel tax becomes significantly more burdensome. So, the President said that the government focused only on value-added tax. The VAT, which was 15%, was increased to 18%. Also, VAT was charged on those who were not currently VAT charged. Hence, he said he made the difficult decision within the cabinet. The cabinet comprises individuals who will be seeking re-election in the next election, and it is widely acknowledged that none of them favor tax increases. However, we realized that there was no alternative.
Now, a special operation in search of suspects connected to the drug ring was conducted from midnight to dawn today at several selected locations in the island, with the deployment of around 1,000 of the 3 armed forces and police personnel. The Special Task Force has apprehended a stock of more than 100 kilograms of Kerala cannabis with a street value exceeding 20 million rupees in Jaila today. The contraband was reported to have been discreetly smuggled into the island from India via the sea. It is believed that this was the biggest haul of Kerala cannabis apprehended in Sri Lanka in the recent past. Acting Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Tennakon was also present at the location where the raid was carried out. The operation was conducted under the direction of Commanding Officer of the Police Special Task Force and Senior DIG Varuna Jayasundara. The Sevana housing complex in Vallampitiya, Kolonnava and the adjacent areas have also been subjected to inspections using drone technology and police dogs. A group of suspects believed to have been connected to numerous crimes were also able to be taken into custody during these operations. IGP Deshabandhu Tennakon has monitored this operation as well. Deshabandhu Tennakon, acting IGP, said that attention is being focused on those in the network. He added that there are many drug addicts in this network who are to be arrested. The acting IGP further said that these groups will be arrested through the community police within this week with the hope of rehabilitating them. He also said that drugs and the underworld are inseparable, and it is in the underworld that narcotics are being distributed. He added that breaking up of the underworld would ultimately lead to the destruction of the whole network. Another raid connected to the drug racketeering was conducted in Badovita in the Mount Lavinia Police Division. 24 suspects connected to narcotic-related crimes were arrested on this occasion. Another raid centering on the Modaravilla housing complex in Panadura was conducted, and 30 suspects have been apprehended in this search operation. Media spokesman SSP Nihal Talduva said that 35 kilograms of the hash narcotic have been detected. In addition, 633 grams of heroin and 10 grams of ice were also found. He further said in a raid conducted in Vattala and also in Kilinochi, 68 kilograms of Kerala cannabis have been apprehended from a house.
The All Ceylon Poultry Association says that the intermediaries make exorbitant profits from trading eggs. Meanwhile, the consumers have shown their pleasure over the move to import eggs for affordable rates with the increasing prices in the market. President of All Ceylon Poultry Association, Marthali Jayasekara, said that the price of eggs has increased to 75 rupees. He said that the traders are attempting to make additional profits during this festive season, even though the VAT is expected to be implemented in the month of January next year. He said that the eggs could be traded at a rate of 60 rupees in the market. He added that the intermediaries are earning exorbitant profits from the trade and preventive measures should be taken in this regard. He also said that the country will see an excess in eggs production with the existing production at 7 billion. Meanwhile, Minister Mahinda Amaravira, during a public meeting in Veerakatiya area, said that errant businessmen are attempting to increase the egg prices in the market to earn excessive profits. Therefore, he said that he has given permission to import eggs to the country.
The Department of Meteorology predicts fairly strong rainfall of around 75 millimeters in the northern, north central and eastern provinces. It also forecasts of intermittent thunder showers this evening as well. The SLRC reporters say of a somewhat decrease in the heavy rainfall in the Polonnaruwa district. They further pointed out that as a result of an increase in the water level of the Mahavali river, the Sungavilla road leading to the Somavati Chaitya has come under 3 feet of water. Therefore, the road has not yet been opened for light vehicles. Around 600 acres of paddy lands in the Palliyagodalla and Pamburana have also been inundated. The Rupavahini correspondents added that a large number of small lakes in the districts are still overflowing. By this morning, 14 sluice gates of the Rajangana reservoir have been kept open in order to facilitate the release of 15,500 cubic feet of water per second to the Kalaoya. 2 sluice gates of the Angamu reservoir continuously remain open. A decline in the rainfall in the western slopes of the Central Highlands is expected by this evening. Our correspondent says that 1 sluice gate of the Mausakalai reservoir was opened this evening. The overflowing of the Kasarei reservoir has commenced last night. The reservoirs of the hydropower electricity stations of Vimalasundara, Surendra Radha, Laksapana, New Laksapana, Canyon and Polpitiya have been overflowing for several days.
The State Minister of Finance Shehan Semasinghe says that government's foremost attention has been focused to uplift small and medium-scale industries in its journey towards a stable economy. The assistance of the Asian Development Bank is to be sought in this connection. The small and medium-scale industries contribute 50% of the country's economy. The State Minister also says that the government will take measures to utilize more than 30 billion rupees allocated through the budget of 2024 to uplift relevant enterprises on behalf of the credit schemes. The institute dedicated for the provision of guarantees for small and medium-scale enterprises is scheduled to commence operations under the Ministry of Finance next month. The advantage of the gradual decline of the bank loan interest ratio will also be passed on to the small and medium-scale entrepreneurs. The recently introduced budget has set aside a sum of 250 billion rupees on behalf of small and medium-scale enterprises. The State Minister of Finance has further pointed out that 11 numerous relief schemes have been implemented with the objective of providing the capital for the relevant projects up to now since the commencement of the COVID pandemic. The President Ranil Wickremesinghe has urged the relevant authorities to promptly address the issue of unauthorized constructions in the Ohia area spanning from Boralanda to Horton Plains, noting the significant environmental degradation resulting from these illicit structures.
The President emphasized the need for immediate intervention to avert potential and serious consequences in the future. President Wickremesinghe conveyed these directives during his participation in the Special District Coordination Committee meeting in Badulla district, convened at the auditorium of the Uva Provincial Library yesterday. President Wickremesinghe said that during his visit to the Horton Plains, he has observed several guest houses built above the Ohia level near the river. If all of them draw water from the stream, it will deplete the water supply. Therefore, the President has requested that no construction is to be allowed in the Ohio area until they discuss and inform. If the situation persists, high-level tourists will avoid coming to these areas. Additionally, another consequence is that the city and the area below will suffer from a lack of water taken from the river. Hence, I request not to permit construction in the area above Boralanda. In the Blackpool area as well, the region has been adversely affected by such informal constructions. Furthermore, President Ranil Wickremesinghe has directed officials to communicate in writing with relevant institutions when approving building plans within the district. During the meeting, the President sought updates on the disaster relief program for those affected in Badulla district. He instructed officials to provide a comprehensive report on areas susceptible to future disasters. The meeting also addressed challenges in resettling displaced individuals and the legal release of land from estate companies. President Wickremesinghe emphasized the need for prompt discussions with plantation companies to overcome obstacles. In attendance were political authorities of Badulla district along with government officials. The extensive discussion covered various issues in education, health, highways and transportation within the district. The President took proactive measures to address and resolve some of the identified challenges. Additionally, discussions covered the development plans slated for implementation in the Badulla district in 2024. President Ranil Wickremesinghe outlined the vision for a decentralized budget for districts starting next year. This approach aims to prioritize the district's development needs by consolidating funds from the Upcountry Development Programme, ministry allocations, provincial council disbursements and foreign aid projects. The President anticipates commencing these initiatives by July of the upcoming year. He highlighted the stagnation in the country's development over the past 3 years, citing halted projects including highway construction. With a successful collaboration with the International Monetary Fund, development projects are set to recommence systematically. Acknowledgement from creditors, including the Paris Organization, India and China, has paved the way for renewed discussions and foreign aid. The President expects to provide updates on projects slated for immediate commencement in the early months of the coming year. The President outlined the financial measures for development, emphasizing the allocation of funds from the 2024 budget. This funding, collected through income tax, is crucial for the country's developmental needs. The President emphasized the need to initiate projects with dedication, acknowledging that while all projects cannot be launched in a single year, a gradual commencement is anticipated.
The Sri Lanka Open University has recently inaugurated a degree course in information technology. The GCE Ordinary Level exam qualified students are eligible to apply for the program after completing the preliminary course. The advanced level exam qualified students are also able to join the program to study information technology via distant education methods. Vice Chancellor of the University and Senior Lecturer PMC K. Tilakaratna has presided over the inauguration ceremony. Further details could be obtained through website www.bscit@ou.ac.lk.
Because today the biggest challenge that our industry faces is talent. The President was speaking of this a few days ago in Parliament. As a nation, we are facing many challenges. But as difficult as these challenges are, there is an advantage. As each of us will now need to face and overcome whatever life throws at us. And that builds a resilient people. As Sri Lankans, we find a way. And there is resilience, there is courage. The brilliance of our people is well demonstrated. We have come through a 30-year war, we have come through a tsunami, we have come through the recent economic challenges, and we are still standing. And we can also learn from our neighbor, India, a country where for several millions of their population, a lot of the conveniences that we take for granted are often not available. But the young people of India brave these on a daily basis, and today they are producing world beaters in every sphere, from science to politics, to sports, in technology, business, leaders. A lot of the CEOs of the leading companies internationally today hail from India. So challenges and adversity could be a blessing. At a relatively young age, we will learn to face and overcome adversity, and that is good preparation for life. The industry, the IT BPM industry, as at March 2023, the EDB statistics showed to be the third largest export earner for the country. In 2022, the industry accounted for nearly $2 billion in export revenue earnings, 144,000 jobs and 600 startups. The industry accounts for 8% of total exports. It is an inclusive industry, employing young men and women across the island, not just in the Western Province. 35% of those employed are women. In the BPM industry, it is nearly 50%. This is also an industry that has brought some of the biggest brand names in the world to our shows. The reason all of these big companies are coming is because of the talent that they see here. So our industry is also a force for good. We call it tech for good. And a great example is the QR code that was rolled out in about 2 weeks by some of our member companies, and that literally saved lives. It got our country working again, and that is the power of technology. And today the President has spoken many times of a digital economy. So the goals of the industry are to be $5 billion in export revenue earnings by 2030. The president in his speech said we can even do better than that. He thought we could do 7 billion. We also want to be known as a responsible industry championing ESG, environment, social governance, championing sustainability, mental and physical health, equal opportunity, diversity and inclusion, and tech for good. So as Slashcom, we want to remain positive. We want to keep working to uplift our industry and ensuring that our goals are achieved. Some of the priorities during my chairmanship, I have another 6 months to go, are renewed promotions of IOI globally, of developing new talent pools across Sri Lanka, of encouraging tech for good initiatives, and making a difference to our nation.
And we have more news from home in brief. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has officially appointed Professor Monty Qasim as the Chancellor of the University of Moratuwa in accordance with the provisions of Section 32 of the University Act of number 16 of 1978 as amended by Act 7 of 1985. Today is the final day of Mahapala 2023 Education and Trade Exhibition being conducted at the Jayala Public Grounds. Ministers Pavitra Vaniarachi and Nalin Fernando had declared open the 5th day of the exhibition yesterday. The event has been organized by the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Food Security. A Christmas celebration for children of cancer patients organized by the Indira Cancer Trust was held at the premises of the Youth Services Council in Maharagama today. The event was attended by former Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, Sabaragama Province Governor Navin Dissanayake and President of the Indira Cancer Trust, Lanka Jayasuriya Dissanayake. 2 lorries have crashed on each other, killing a person near the Gore Road roundabout in Ambalangoda. 2 injured persons have been admitted to the Balapiti Hospital. Podishan, a close associate of underworld gang leader Jayalat Sudha alias Raju, was arrested while transporting the IS narcotic in a tipper truck. The arrest has been made possible due to information provided to the officials in the Meetiagoda sub-camp of the Police Special Task Force. A villager in Puliyankulam, Anuradhapura, was killed by a wild elephant attack at dawn today. The 75-year-old farmer was attacked when he tried to chase away the beast which came into his home garden. The 98th Passing Out Parade of the Diyatalava Army Camp was presided over by President Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday. Wearing of official emblems on officials who have been promoted to the higher ranks has been placed at the auditorium of the Diyatalava Army Camp. The Office of the Southern Province Governor has been successful on winning the ISO Standardization Certificate for the first occasion. Director General of Sri Lanka Standard Institute, Dr. Siddhika Senaratna, has handed over the ISO 9001 and 2015 Standardization Certificate to Southern Province Governor Willie Gamage at a ceremony in Galle today. That's all the news we have from home. We'll be back with international stories after this break.
Sunrise and trees bring a taste of Christmas to your home with Prima family. We're wishing you a joyful Christmas from Prima.
Welcome back. And on foreign news, 3 Israeli hostages killed mistakenly in Gaza by Israeli forces had been holding up a white flag.
This has been revealed by an Israeli military officer citing an initial inquiry into the incident. The incident took place in an area of intense combat where Hamas fighters operate in civilian attire and use deception tactics. A soldier had been the hostages emerging tens of meters from the Israeli forces in the area of Sujeya, according to foreign media. The Israeli forces had opened fire after sensing that and had declared them as terrorists. The Israeli military later identified the 3 hostages killed in the shooting, whom are abducted from nearby Kibbutz Neram. Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has reaffirmed his opposition to a ceasefire in Gaza despite increasing international pressure. The United Kingdom and Germany have jointly called for ceasefire, but only if it is sustainable in the long term. France has called for an immediate and durable truce in Gaza and demanded Israel to explain an airstrike that killed a French Foreign Ministry staff member along with numerous other civilians. Yesterday, Israel's Prime Minister said military pressure was necessary to underpin hostage negotiations. Netanyahu indicated that talks are underway to recover Israel held in Gaza, with reports suggesting that Qatar and Egypt are involved in negotiations. In Gaza, the World Health Organization has indicated that medicine and supplies have been delivered to Al-Shifa Hospital, which is minimally functional and in need of resurgeon.
Wishing you a joyful Christmas from Prima.
And on sports news for tonight, Bangladesh young cricketers were able to clinch the Under-19 Asian Championship today. This was the first time that the Bangladesh team managed to win this tournament.
The finals was held at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Bangladesh competed against the young United Arab Emirates side. Bangladesh managed to score 282 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in their innings.
Attempts again, this time successful. Good option, good execution.
In response, UAE only managed to gather 87 runs in their innings in the face of the clinical bowling attack from the Bangladesh. Accordingly, the young Bangladesh side managed to clinch the trophy after securing a mammoth 195-run victory.
Men's Asia Cup, they deserved it, they played like champions, they can celebrate.
Wishing you a joyful Christmas from Prima.
All the news for tonight. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.